The yearly festival, also known as Eid al-Adha, Salah and the Feast of Sacrifice, is celebrated throughout the Muslim world as a commemoration of Prophet Abraham's willingness to sacrifice everything for God. Muslims came out in style to celebrate the goodness of Allah and pray for a better country where peace and unity resides. Our correspondent has more details.
The yearly festival, also known as Eid al-Adha, Ileya, Salah or the Feast of Sacrifice, is celebrated throughout the Muslim world as a commemoration of Prophet Abraham's willingness to sacrifice everything for God. The day begins with the convergence of Muslims in different locations, prayers offered by the Imam on the Eid ground, and a process to the slaughter of rams, cows or sheep to offer sacrifices to Allah. In every home, the celebration is marked by feasting, partying and merrymaking, and also offers an opportunity for families to reunite. On the significance of the celebration, here's what Chief Imam Aguda KABIR Central Mosque has to say.
We can use the opportunity of this festival to pray for our country, because this Nigeria country, we need prayer, particularly for our new elected government. We need prayer for them, to use the opportunity of this day to pray for them in successive governance. May Allah be with us and make us to witness more of it in life.
What Allah was trying to do with this Eid al-Adha normally is that to call up Muslims together in order for them to practice love, to practice peace, to practice the kind of unity among ourselves. And when we are making things among ourselves, we should be able to realize that the fear of Allah should be in us. If you have a fear of Allah, because one lesson that people need to understand, animal was slaughtered. The animal that was slaughtered just has no different from that animal to we human being. And when human being dies, we cry. But we lost animal, nobody cries. We all laugh. So the fear of Allah that we're using, slaughtering that ram, should always be in the mind of every human being. That life is very, very what? Precious to every mankind. So we must preach love, especially peace, and preach unity among us. That's the only lesson I want my people to gain from us, that we need to be together and to make life easy for ourselves.
The leadership of the KABIR Central Mosque had a few words of advice to Nigerians at large during the festive celebrations.
The advice to Nigeria, particularly our leaders, is to make sure they fulfill their promise during the campaign before they are elected. They will try to fulfill their promise to Nigeria. That is one. Secondly, for the citizens of this country, we must try to cooperate with the government. Government cannot do this thing alone. We have to cooperate with him, from the president to the governors, to the chairman of government, and some ministers and those organs, the parastatal of this government. We must cooperate together with them. If we don't have anything to offer the government, try to do good things. Try to do good things in the community. Don't make any trouble. Don't make any violence in the community. By doing that, you are already trying to assist our government. And those who have the things to pay the tax, try to pay the tax for the government, because among the tax is what the government is using for the development of this nation.
My advice for all Muslim brothers, you can see there is a surah that said, while asking in the journal of history, it's talking about the end time. When we look at the end time, most youths, we need to understand that any time, any day, Allah can take his life. Allah is the owner of all our lives. So we should be able to try to move closer to Allah. We need to be able to do good to ourselves. We need to be able to wish ourselves good. We need to be able to do everything that we think is a good deed. We just need to practice it, because Allah can take lives at any time. Allah that gives us life can easily say, I want to take my life. So my advice for everybody is, let them do good at all time. Make sure you pave away from the bad acts, and let acts be the kind of things of the past in our life, and may Allah make it easy for everybody.
Grace Kofi reporting for KAFTAN TV, Lagos.